Hello, this is James from the 11 Plus Tutors. Today I'm excited to talk to you about the different types of writing that your child could get in an 11 Plus exam. So what I've tried to do is rank these in terms of the probability of them coming up. The first one I'm going to start with is writing instructions. This is because someone requested this in the comments in one of my previous videos. But what I would say is I consider this to be a lower probability title. So we used to see write instructions in, say, the Essex exam a number of years ago now. There are reasons why I believe it's unlikely to come up again. I believe that they feel that there are other ways of assessing kids' capability that may be a bit more challenging than just writing instructions. But nevertheless, if you did get this, and it's still possible, you should always consider the target audience. So we're not after making things difficult, obfuscating anything. We're looking at making it easily accessible. So for example, one year in the Essex exam, they had write instructions for a younger sibling as to how to brush their teeth. So we're not after difficult words, we're not after metaphors or anything like that. It's fit for purpose writing. You've got to break it down into clear steps. One thing we did used to see though is that the steps were poorly thought through. You can't miss anything out. And the last step definitely can't be, now enjoy your day, so please be careful about that. I still think it's unlikely. Slightly higher probability is persuasive writing. This could come up, What we're really looking at is persuasive language. So we're trying to sell an idea to someone. For example, to a head teacher that we could have dress down Fridays where we wear what we want just on Fridays for charity. But the children have got to think about giving at least 3 or at least several reasons why the head teacher might buy into this. And that's tricky for a kid to do. So, for example, raising the image of the school, allowing more children to be more comfortable and creative, therefore elevate test results. So it's got to be pitched. The kids have got to put themselves in someone else's position, and that's the tricky bit, I think, in that one. So it's still likely, it could happen. I think it's lower likelihood of these ones though. Now this brings me to writing a recount. Now in the CSSE exam we see it every single year. One of them is this. It could be different this year, but for years gone by, it's always been writing a recount. There are lots of reasons why I believe this is a good way of assessing kids' ability. A recount means what you remember. Here's the common thing that catches kids out is having enough material to write about. Some kids sit there with their head in their hands, not being able to remember what actually happened after they've written 2 sentences. What we say to kids is, make it up. If in doubt, make things up. Elaborate the truth, okay? Don't make it ridiculous, but elaborate the truth so that you've got enough material to write about. Don't get carried away. Remember, they don't care if you went to Florida Disneyland. They don't care about that. What they do care about are the skills. They care about metaphors. They care about different sentence types, difficult vocabulary. That's what they're marking them against, not the flashiness of what they did. And that's where kids are a bit deluded, to be honest with you. So kids have to remember this. Don't get carried away. Remember the skills. Another highly likely title is writing a story about something, about an image or a title. Highly likely. The key thing here is maintaining a good plot. So we talk about the story mountain. I've got a video on story mountain if you search my channel. But it's got to have a beginning, a middle, a main problem, a resolution, and an end. So it's got to have a direction. Remember, it might not be a whole story, but you've still got to show some kind of direction. But again, what are they assessing here? The skills, they're the most important thing. Figurative language, difficult vocabulary, different sentence types, that kind of thing. Mood and tone as well.